For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
What's up, y'all? Today is, what's the day? Today is the 25th of February, 2026. Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. Y'all know who I am. I'm your host, DVP. Doing what I do. And today is that day. We're going to do some things with my guest here, and we're going to go forward, and we're going to do some sending in, and I'm going to see if my guests will behave themselves. I ain't holding out a lot of hope for that. Yeah. I ain't holding out a lot of hope. But just in case they decide to act right, we're going to do what we do. So first of all, before I get started, bring my illustrious co-host, and I think we got a guest coming. I don't know yet because it was my fault because I've been traveling and I'm kind of tired and I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So I'm gonna take the hit for not being prepared. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the hit for that one. It's a lot of things been going on. And man, some of this I gotta do a little bit more research on, but we might do some, depending on when my guest show, we might just I might just let the hounds loose. As they say on Glad Day, I might just have to let them loose. So you know what? Forget the drama. Let me just go on to bring my co-host on. I'm gonna bring Mark on first so he can get heels out the way. Then hopefully Mo can calm us. No, you know what? I need to bring Mo on first so Mo can go on and get warm so he can keep me and Mark on task. So Mo, what's good, brother?
What up? What up? Hey man, I need that shirt, man. How can I get that?
Hey man, send me your address. I'll send it to you, bro. You always say less. Say less.
Where you,
If
man,
I got it,
you got a good spot. You got a good
hey
spot.
man, you know. Hey man, yeah, I gotta. Hey, you anyway. You send me the address. Give me a week. It's yours. It's yours.
Goodness.
And I like this one. Hold on, what size are you?
I think I'm large.
Okay, how tall are you?
6.
You 6 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We about to sign because I'm 5'11", 190. So I just had to make sure, you know. One of my partners asked me for one of my shirts. I'm like, dude, you 6'4", 270. We can't wear the same shit.
Oh yeah.
You can't even wear my socks, player. I don't know what you thinking.
No.
But how your weekend been?
I can't complain, man. How about yourself?
Hey man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, bro. I'm tired.
That happens. Yeah.
Let me bring the master of mischief on. So you got your hammer ready, sir?
Mark, my man Mark in the building.
Yeah, you got your hammer ready.
I just want to know if you put batteries in that clock, man. That's all I want to know.
That clock working.
You want to know what now?
We put batteries in the clock.
Hey man, that clock right 2 times a day.
The only problem with that, Mark, is you ain't never sitting in front of it when it's right. That's the problem, brother.
Hey, long as it's a time for me to pour up a drink, I'm good.
And what time is that? Any time is a good time for a drink. Is that your motto?
Nah, it's close to 5 o'clock. Always.
Somewhere.
Always 5 o'clock.
And I was just talking, Mo. I showed her DVP show send you that shirt.
That shirt ain't no joke.
Hey man, all you gotta do is send me the address. It's a wrap.
Oh, that's foul. That's foul.
Mark, please believe, Mark. I'm not sending you no book. We can meet for the book.
Nah, I sent somebody my address.
Damn. I'm thinking he took a low blow. What's up, Shay?
Let me look, man. I'm gonna look right now because I ain't got time for this, man.
I'm gonna pour up a drink while you look.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something right quick. What's up, Shay? First, we're finna talk about you. I'm gonna tell y'all about Shay. I think I might have told this story before. Shay, my girl. Me and Shay husband, we was aces. We was down like 4 flat tires on a strap. We were sheriffs together and everything. We got into some trouble together. I got out. Whatever. One day, like y'all almost for real. One day, her husband got hit by a car. We sheriffs now. So me and him boys, right? And you to know Shay the law. So they was like, well, somebody got to go tell his wife. Well, his wife ain't following the police, y'all. So let me go. Because she ain't gonna open the door for y'all. So I go over to the house, right? I say, what's up? She said, what's up? And they called me another name. I ain't gonna say the name they called me. Anyway, they called me another name. And I said, babe, we got to go to the hospital. MC got hit. And she just looked at me and sucked her teeth. Tell me, stop playing with me. I'm not falling for that. I'm like, Shay, Fred, he got hit by a car. We need to go to the hospital. She was like, stop playing with me. I was like, Shay, I'm for real. I'm so serious. I wouldn't play with you about that. It took me damn near 30 minutes to convince this woman that her husband actually got hit by a car. Because we was playing games. Like, Shay, I promise you, she just wasn't hearing it. I was like, where he at? Call him. You can't call and say he ain't got his phone here. 30 minutes later, I got to do all of this. I was like, man. I said, next time we're going to send a professional. Because clearly she didn't trust a professional telling her something. I was like, man, but that's my girl. That's my girl. So I just want to let y'all know. See, sometimes police have crazy personal stories. Because I'm like, I really got to convince this woman that I'm for real. She know I ain't never just came to the house, just come to the house with my uniform on, with my patrol car. She like, oh, I bet he out there somewhere high. Y'all trying to prank me. Nah. Let's say good people. One day, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna hit you up because we got to show we need some women on coming up. Quick question, fellas, because I was asked this question and I forgot to tag y'all on it. I know when you were single, if you can remember back that far, Mo, were your toilet seats up or down?
My toilet seats are how I wanted them, whichever way I wanted them.
I know, up or down though.
Most likely up.
Mark?
Back then, probably down.
And see, because I grew up around women, so I just naturally kept mine down. Somebody asked me, and it's crazy because I've been asking guys this, and it's like the response have been just stranger than strange. But I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm gonna share another personal story, y'all. I used to keep them up at one point just because I was lazy. I went to use the bathroom late one night. I sat down, and the seat went down. When my butt hit that water, I'm here to tell you, I felt so violated. I felt so violated.
You
walk in the bathroom backwards?
No, I had to go and I was rushing because, like I said, I normally kept them down because I grew up around a bunch of women, but for some reason it wasn't down. Man, I make sure I close everything now because if I gotta open one, she gotta open one. But yeah, man, when my butt hit that water, I'm not lying. I wanted to call the cops, man. I was ready to shoot my toilet. I'm fighting mad because I just felt violated.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just so fellas, if you keep it up, hey, just pay attention. Don't come home drunk one night and get ready to sit. Cause when your butt hit that water, hey, it ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. You can't get back up quick enough. You just feel so violated.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but you got cat-like reflex because as soon as your butt hit that water, you jump straight back up. You like an Olympic athlete because I probably jumped about 27 feet high. I was like, ooh. Boys get high pitch, man. You're mad. I'm like, man, if I'd lived with somebody, I would have been fighting. But I wasn't fighting. So I'm just like, man. So what's been going on though? What's been going on? Really, Shay, that what we doing? That what we doing, Shay? Oh, that was driving trucks too now?
Shay, all right.
I was violated. That's the correct terminology. I was violated.
Press charges.
What else been going on with y'all? I know y'all been up to no good.
And you know what? I've been waiting on this day all week.
Well, you know what, Mark? We're gonna go on and get to something while we waiting on the guests. What you been waiting for that you got me and Mo both nervous?
I just be so happy to see y'all brothers, man.
We don't believe, right? Mo, do you believe him?
Cut the commercial break, man. Cut the commercial.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be so happy to see my co-hosts. I'd be like, man, these are great guys, man.
If only they believed you.
Y'all the bestest guys I know on Facebook. Y'all the bestest.
The bestest.
I'm thinking ain't nobody on the show believing you, brother. I mean, when I say nobody, I mean nobody.
Hey man, this is the highlight of my week. Hump day. Get to swallow spit, talk shit with y'all too. Hopefully learn a thing or two, and then I go on about the rest of the week.
You know, sometimes when you say stuff, you make us nervous. I'm just gonna.
Look at, I'm one more week close to get my book.
I got to keep looking.
It's turn into a birthday present soon.
Are we having violence in the workplace? Is that what
I'm getting shots fired, man. Shots fired.
He just keep taking shots at you, Mo. What's up?
Yeah, I swore I sent it, man. I gotta look now. See, you on my case now, man.
That's a good day, man. It's a good week. Sunshine coming out. We ain't gonna have to keep fighting this 40-degree weather too much longer. It not getting no better.
Y'all know last week I was out of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
You was in Massachusetts.
I was in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Did anybody say they know
Bro,
Mo
when I
up
tell
there?
y'all,
Man, that's a big place, man. He
Did anybody know Mo?
He was not.
I didn't go nowhere. I didn't go nowhere to ask. So I'm gonna take the L on that one. I didn't go nowhere to ask.
Hey, he was in the north anyway, so I know where he was. Ain't too many black people up there. You didn't see too many black people, did you, DVP?
Yeah, man, I was actually in Boston. I mean, I saw quite a few.
Or you went into Boston? I thought where you told me you were. That's north of Boston, but you went into Boston.
Yeah, I mean, it was because I stayed. It probably took us 15, 20 minutes to get. I mean, I stayed in a little town called Quincy, but it was right next to Boston.
Oh, Quincy. Oh, you was in Quincy. Okay, I thought you were something else. Yeah,
but that's what the hotel was. So.
Oh, okay, all right, got you.
Man, it was cold. It was cold.
Oh yeah.
And it got colder. And it got colder. And my folks in Georgia was taunting me. You know, they was playing Taliban. They were like, "Oh, it's 75 degrees here."
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to leave early, and I called Delta. I was like, "Hey, I need to change my flight." And she was like, "We can't extend the flight because we thinking about shutting the airport down because the nor'easter coming." Hey, one thing about staying later. I want to go early. I didn't know what a nor'easter was. I'm thinking, you know, it's the Easter Bunny on crack or something. I'm looking up nor'easter, and I see these folk really preparing to get shut in. And I'm like, hold on, they used to this snow shit, and it's too much for them.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I get on the plane. I finally make it to Georgia, and damn, it ain't 20 degrees here. I'm like, what in the heck? I left freezing to come to freezing. The only difference is it wasn't no snow here, and I'm like, man, this right here. This too much. It's too much. What was going on? And Mark, I know you had something to do with it.
I know. I brought the hot weather now.
No, you brought that freezing weather.
You brought that freezing weather.
And I tell people, hey man, I like for my weather to be at Social Security level and above.
That's a good way to put it.
Hey man, that's the only way to go. So security, you know, when the weather is in the young adult age, I don't want to play. I don't want to play.
You don't want to be out there YN.
No, man, I don't want to be out there YN or nobody.
I'm with you.
Strippers, mob. No, hey, it's too cold. It's too cold. When you go on the show, when you see white people bundled up, you know it's cold. You know it's cold.
Oh yeah.
They got on big coats, they got on shoes, they got on socks, they got face coverings, and they ain't out to rob nobody. Oh, you know it's cold. I ain't that dude. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'll say, Uncle, take my head back in the house. Because I was going to walk out the street. I was going to walk out and, you know, go across the street and give me something to eat. Man, I ain't held no coat because I don't stand outside. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like less than a block. I'm a grown man. I can take this. Man, that wind came around that sliding door. It slapped me first, then it grabbed my ankles and said, I double dog dare you. I just put my Michael Jackson in my voice and I said, okay. And ran back up to the room. I'm not going to do this. I'm not finna do this. So, Mark, what you want to start trouble with first? We're gonna
let Mo start. We're gonna let Mo start. Mo had a pretty good topic I saw. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
jump right on at it, Mo.
Yeah, so since DVP ain't playing no videos, right? DVP, you ain't playing no videos, right?
I ain't figure out how to play it yet because I got one I want to play. I gotta get what's the name to tell me how to play it.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, the video was there was a dad who entered the room to talk to his son, and his son, his eyes were red, and the dad says, "Listen, man, you got to take a drug test." He tells the son, "Listen." The son says, "No, I ain't taking no drug test." He said, "Look, man, you being disrespectful, and you got to leave the house. All right, in front of his friends, you got to get out, man. It's time for you to go." He said, "My life is peaceful," and his son says, "Fine, I'll leave then." He leaves, and the dad asks for a hug. Then about 20 hours later, this is the video. 20 hours later, the son returns and asks for forgiveness. So there's a lot of questions in this whole scenario. So you can make up whatever questions you want, but one of the questions I had was, how do you handle the forgiveness? If you forgive them, how do you handle the forgiveness? What's the what's the process? What's your process doing that? It's not just, I'm sure it's not just saying, oh, it could be whatever you want to say. I ain't gonna do no scenarios. But we start with you, Mark. What's the forgiveness, man? How you forgive?
Forgiveness look like change behavior. We have a conversation about the issue that you need forgiveness for. So in this situation, I forgive you for being disrespectful to your home and disrupting the peace in the house and not following guidelines that you set for. So we have a conversation about that. Now, okay, at this point, I forgive you. But moving forward, it's to change behavior from that point going forward to make sure that we stay aligned with what we discussed. So if it's, because I looked at the video, the dad, he's like he say, he's doing everything possible for you to live the type of life you want to live. Whatever you say you want to do, he's willing to do it for him. So he's working and raising his kid. And at this point, the kid, wants to smoke weed, and dad, like, I can't support you in that. He'll support him playing sports and doing this, but the drug part, he can't support him. And I get it. So the forgiveness comes after we had this conversation and the change behavior moving forward without the still smoking, and now instead of not being high at the house, being out in the streets high, coming home high and just trying to hide it. But if he can change and stop smoking, then forgiveness is forever. We on to something different now.
Man, DVP, hit the flames button. Hit the flames, man. We need some flames on the door. That boy
Hey man, I'm still working on sound effects and all that. I got to take me a class.
All right, what you say, DVP?
What's up, Kiki? Man, it's hard, brother. Because I'm trying to figure out how we got to this point. And if you know me, I've been working on it. I'm not the forgiving type. And especially if I deem what you did to be disrespectful, because we talked about this a few weeks ago, man. You ain't got to respect me, but you can't disrespect me. You can't disrespect the house and what I stand for. And if you stay with me, you already know the ground rules. So that one for me, man, because even with change behavior, how old is the boy again?
He was, like when we was young and dumb, I'm gonna say he looked like he was about 19, 20, maybe 20.
At 19, man, I think I got enough money saved up. It's probably time for him to get his own place.
You got to get out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give him some time, but yeah, it's that time because you feeling yourself, and I'm with you with. I like the fact that you want to take accountability now, but sometimes, man, it's hard trying to have two grown men in the same place.
Yeah,
can't be one king of the castle, and everybody ain't built to be a prince, especially when they ain't got no money. So sometimes, you got to do that tough love and let them do their thing elsewhere. So I don't know. I guess a lot would depend on what we've been through the years.
Yeah.
Well, tell me this, DVP, because from
go ahead, Mark.
From the video, the kid seems to be underage, and I say that because, like you say, he's willing to support him in the sport. So I'm thinking he's high school age. So we're gonna say 16 to 18. Because, like I say, he says it's a sport and playing. If you want to play football, if you want to wrestle, so I'm assuming he's like high school age. So how do you handle that situation then, with a high school age versus an 18?
All right, and so I'm gonna keep it real. When me and my son with another dad, when he said something out of pocket to me, he said it one time. He told me I wasn't his dad. I don't do nothing but laugh because you're in my house. How was he at the time? He wasn't quite that old yet, but he was young. But we had talks, man. I packed his shit, called his dad, and put him out the house. Cause like I said, man, I don't do disrespect well. I think it's disrespect is a choice. And especially no matter how they are, if you've been preaching this the whole time, they know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And if you're at that point in life where you feeling yourself, Because hell, I'm gonna have him on the show one day. He'll tell you we didn't talk for 3 months one time. He said something, and I didn't want to put him out. I just act like he didn't exist. I would talk to his mom. I would talk to his sister. We could all be at the dinner table together. I ask them how they doing, and whenever he talked, I would just talk over him, would just not say nothing at all. He'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I act like he didn't even exist. He can tell you about them 3 months, and then one day, he just asked, "What else can he do?" And I felt like he was showing true contrition then, and I let it go. But it's like, it's certain things they come with consequences, and if you give in too easy, do they really learn, or do they just not like the consequences and they just acquiesce to get back in? And so, like I said, it's one of them things where I just got to be there and see how I'm feeling in the moment, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, and so I'll chime in too, because I got some thoughts on it. But one thing, just right off the bat, what DVP was saying is that you could probably save your child's life, man, if you at least stand on your morals and give them consequences, because life is not forgiving. Forget about it, right? Y'all know that life does not forgive. You mess up sometime in life, all you get is one chance or half a chance. So it's an opportunity to teach them, look, there's consequences. But then, far as the forgiveness is concerned, I think I'd have to, I like what Mark was saying, kind of take a certain approach, but it's really for me, it's not the weed, right? For me, it wouldn't be the weed. For me, it would be the disrespect, right? Oh, you want to smoke your weed? Okay, just go on the back porch, bro. You can't do that in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's other people in here or whatever, or it's bothering me or whatever it is. Go on the back porch, take it outside. You can't do that in your room. Maybe there's a middle ground. But anyway, that was the scenario. I thought I was interested.
All right, well, let me our guest that's showing up. So let me bring Mr. Jeremiah Bowtie up into the place, and the brother does a hands-off thing. I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit about it. So I'm just tell you this now. Mark, Mo, y'all keep it together. Cause the man is a showman to his heart. So he liked to put on the show, but he got a message and he do his thing. So I'm gonna let him tell us what he do. He got a couple of events coming up, and we on the same page. And this is about I'll let y'all tell it. Mr. Bowtie, what's happening with you, sir?
What's happening? How y'all feeling? First and foremost, can everybody hear me?
Oh yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you.
cool. We live and direct, baby. I'm glad to be alive. Every day I wake up is another day to give me opportunity to be the best, the very best, the ultimate best, and a better version of myself. So I'm glad to be here, man. What's up? How y'all feeling? Y'all rocking? Or we rocking?
We waiting on you,
Yeah,
player.
we rocking with
Nah, you can't be waiting on me because I'm always on time.
Here he go.
He was
It's
on
5 o'clock song. It's
He was
5
on
o'clock song now.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere for sure.
But I gotta say, I'm gonna take the hit because I was out and then I was busy and I forgot to let him know because we had already talked about this. So let me see if he's gonna still be ready. So I'm gonna take the hit for him being late because I hadn't confirmed yesterday like I was supposed to.
It's all good, brother. Everything works at divine timing, man. Let's get into it.
Hey man, do what you do. Tell us what you do and what you hear about.
All right, for sure. So my name is Jeremiah Woods. That's what my mama named me, but the streets call me Bowtie, Bowtie, baby. That's me. I am the executive director and founder of the Hands Off Foundation. I am a host, a speaker, a certified nursing assistant, certified life coach, but most importantly, I'm a community advocate. And I am super excited about running the organization and the things that we are focused on. The foundation helps women and children who've been affected by sexual violence. And in that space, we do community advocacy work. We do wellness activations. We do community givebacks. We do consent education. So I teach what consent is and isn't. Most people think they know what consent is, but I would venture to bet 95% of the folks on this call and abroad don't really truly have a good understanding of what consent is. So we teach on what consent is and isn't, and what we call body autonomy, and how to have dick accountability and all that kind of good stuff, man. I get active.
All right. Well, one of the things that you shared a while ago that made me interested is you was talking about the number of women, or I don't even know if it was women, but you was talking about the number of people who have legally been sexually assaulted, and what is it, 1 in 3 or something like that, 1 in 4? I can't remember what it was, but that was what caught my attention.
Yeah, so depending on the studies that you look at, so it bounces between 1 in 5 and 1 in 4 women have been sexually assaulted in the United States. So when you, if you had a room of 5 women, at least 1 or 2 of those women probably have been sexually assaulted. And then for men, I believe it's 1 out of every 33. The last time I looked at the statistics, so if you were to get about 33 men or so in a room, you would have at least 1 to 2 who've been affected by some type of sexual violence, based on numbers that are reported. So we know that it probably is more men, and we know it's probably more women, but this is based on who've reported and gone through a process, and so that it was able to be.
And I'm gonna say this because he said something in the beginning. Most of us don't know what it is. There's a thing between consent and what you believe, and consent a lot of times need to be given. And when I did a seminar and I'm looking at the women who tell their stories, and most women don't know that they've been sexually assaulted because all you gotta do is touch her and she don't want to be touched.
He's gone,
yeah.
Man. He's gone.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. You back? Okay.
There you go.
So when we talk about some of this stuff and what is sexual assault, because when I talk to some of the women who have been assaulted at work, it happens a lot more than we want to give credit to. And when some women are telling some stories, it's like, well, damn, but he was kind of, if they feel like somebody's pushing them towards something, there's a good chance that he has crossed the legal boundary. And it's like, just talking to women and hearing their stories, a lot of it is underreported. More of it's underreported out of ignorance because they don't know that they have been sexually assaulted. If y'all got anyone close to you, the first thing most women do is blame themselves for whatever predicament they're in. They don't blame the person that put them in that situation. You back, Jeremiah? Say something so we can hear you.
No, it seems like it's some static on my end, but I'm here. I'm locked in, so I can hear you. I think you all.
It sounds like you driving.
Yeah, he just froze up.
Yeah. Did he sound static when he was talking?
Yeah, he froze up and then he left.
He gone now.
He got bad connection somewhere.
He did. He
may have to pull over. He driving, and when you drive, ain't nothing worse than streaming. Already take up a lot of bandwidth, and then if you driving too, let's see, he back now. Say something, Jeremiah. Can you hear me, Mr. Bowtie? Yeah, I think he froze again. We're going to have to catch him when he's somewhere stable. But Stan, if you can start talking, just jump in whenever you want to. But we don't hear you. It don't like you moving on my screen.
Yeah, he not
y'all
moving. Nah, he frozen.
Yeah, I'm like, he ain't blinked in a minute. This is a stare down from hell.
Yeah, he not moving.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll talk about some of this because I got Shay and Kiki here. Like I say, it's been my experience as a cop and even as a good dude. When women start telling you stuff, a lot of them will harass. Oh, he put his hands on me. He did this. He made me feel uncomfortable. The minute a woman feel uncomfortable, 80% of the time there's been sexual assault. Like I say, it doesn't have to be penetrative, but you made her feel uncomfortable. She's been assaulted, and too many times we will blame this on everything but the man being guilty. And it's like, oh, well, she didn't say no. Well, the law don't say she got to say no. The law actually says she has to say yes. So if she's saying anything other than yes, you in a shaky area. So it's kind of hard. And I say, and Mark, you wasn't on here, and actually Mo, I think you were. No, I don't think you were here then. When I did the show about women who had been young ladies, their first sexual encounter, not sex, but just who was pushing up on them, and it was usually an older dude who was in with the family. So, like I said, I wanted him to talk about that because, like I say, you ever just in a room full of women, you like, damn, I'm in a room with 20 women, and 5 of these women probably been sexually assaulted, knowingly. And there's probably more who've been sexually assaulted and just moved on. And it would explain why sometimes there are things that we can do to hit a trigger and not know it because we're doing something that's been done to them already. You there, Bowtie? I see you moving. Yeah, I think you're in a bad area. What do you sound like to y'all?
Sound like a gargoyle.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
All right, one second. Let me get that situated.
Woo.
Yeah, we may have to get you. We may have to schedule a time when you in a set place, because I think being out in them streets, you doing what Mark used to do. We couldn't hear Mark from the streets a lot of time. And doing what he do, he couldn't just stop right then. He had to get to a safe
Because I can let
destination.
y'all track my movement.
Bro, we weren't trying to track. We just didn't want to be witnesses and shit.
Hey,
Me and Mo don't know a damn thing.
At least, so the thing with Mark though, man, it was light when he started. Then it got dark, man. Scared the hell out of me, man. It's like, what happened?
But Shay, Kiki, have y'all ever had a man? Have y'all ever had a man who made y'all feel uncomfortable? Shay and Kiki. Like I said, it's crazy, and it's something that I try to talk to people about, especially men, because sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we can be so oblivious to what we're doing that we just miss out on the whole thing. Mark,
But I guess my question would be to you, DVP,
what you got?
Since you may have better knowledge of this, I know you said something to the fact that they're being sexually assaulted and it may not be physical. Then what other ways can it be?
No. It may not be penetration. Because most of the time people think of sexual assault as rape. And sexual assault and rape are not the same.
Oh, penetration. Sorry, yeah, you did say penetration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touching on her boobs, that's sexual assault. You know what I'm saying? All the shit we did in 2nd and 3rd grade was sexual assault. All the shit we did. Pulling shouted hair, hitting on the butt. And it's crazy in this 21st century how everybody want to keep everything real. And like I said, Mark, you're a little bit younger than us, but most of the stuff that me and Mo did was either bullying. It would be against the law now, the way we grew up. And it's crazy when I'm gonna keep it 100, I'm gonna keep it a book, I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna keep it this. Right. Oh, hey Yolanda, the bra strap popping. That's sexual assault. And like a lot,
yeah, that's true.
A lot of girls have gone through this, and because we try to downplay it, because we always try to protect men and stuff. A lot of them are they get so used to being assaulted that it sucks. They get used to it though. They get used to it. I hear women say, yeah, someone that's got touched me on my booty. They don't call it sexual assault, but that's exactly what that is. And it starts early. And if we don't train our boys to be men or gentlemen, understand that we setting ourselves up, we setting our future up for failure.
So that's the other side of the coin. How do where do young males or older males get a license to do that? How do they think that that's okay?
Because I
think sometimes you just don't know.
Well, and we become indoctrinated to think it's okay because everybody laughs.
Well, I say that in reference to the bra pop.
You say what now? Oh, but we do know. We know. And I'm gonna tell you how I know we know.
I say in like the bra strap popping. When we were kids and we were popping bra straps, so we didn't think about that.
Well, we talking about a different era too. But even then, whose bra strap was we popping? Did we pop our sister and cousin bra strap? Do we pop relatives bra strap?
No. Well,
and if the answer is no, then we know what we're doing.
And I ain't had no female cousin when I was younger, so I can't say I did.
Yeah, but like I said, most of them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yolanda. Yeah, and it's crazy, but like I said, we talking about a different era. Because back then, and it sucks to say this because it even sounds sexist, the women were a little tougher back then. Everybody complained about something. So even though it's kind of like slavery, it was wrong back. Back then it was what everybody was doing. Whether we like it or not, it's what everybody was doing. Now there's a name for it, so we got to be more aware of what we're doing when we're doing it, because the entrances that these women give, and Kiki said, like he would slide by and intentionally slide facing you, so that when y'all both walking through the door, y'all got to brush parts. It ain't no back to back, because when you walk through a door, when you run across dudes, you turn sideways so y'all don't accidentally bump penises. But when it's a woman, you don't do the same thing. So that's why I say we know what we're doing.
That's true.
And we just keep dancing around it. And that's some of the stuff that we got to stop. And that's why I wanted him to be here so he could give us some examples of what women are saying.
And let me just chime in on something you said, DVP. You said women were a little tougher, and I'll say this: I don't think that they were tougher. I just think that during that time, their complaints fell on deaf ears, and even today, women are still questioned when they bring up a complaint. So that's what I want to just add.
And like I say, it wasn't. In today's climate, what we did was dead wrong. In that climate, it was juvenile foreplay for us. So I can't put us in the same category. Like I said, and I hate to use this reference, but it to me it ain't no different than slavery. When slavery was going on, it was legal. You can hate who you want to hate, but it was legal. It was what people was doing. When they started making it illegal, people who kept doing it were wrong. But you can't blame me for doing something that nobody's told me is wrong. Now we know it's wrong. We know it's wrong now. So we can't keep doing it, and we can't keep acting like, oh, boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. No.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
And at some point, we got to make it so a lot of these women, for what I'm learning is a lot of these women don't have a safe space. They don't have a male role model to take. Some of them don't have a female role model to tell. So who do they tell? Ain't nobody listening to them, so they end up talking to strangers. And more importantly, what we do in my mind is we the leaders, we set our women up to be pawns, because we set them up for abuse in a future relationship, because it's been going on. And one of the guys who called himself an advocate wanted to come on my show, and I was like, hell no. His whole thing was he made a whole post about telling women, stay with the abuser don't go to no new abuse.
Ooh.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me.
What's wrong with that dude?
You call yourself an advocate, and you're saying at least the guy you with, you know what kind of abuse he gonna do. Because it's like, in your word, every man gonna be abusive. And he was like, let me come on your show. And I was like, dude, I can't let you come on with that. I don't even want to have that energy where you telling them to stay with an abusive guy because the next man may be more abusive. That is the craziest shit I ever heard. What's up, Barshay?
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
When you listen to what some of the women tell you about their abuse, you know what we do? We say, oh, that wasn't that bad. Well then, what is it? There's wrong, there's right. What does ain't that bad fall in between there? Where does it fall?
I think, DB, can you hear me? We locked in?
Oh, is that you? Is that you, Bowtie?
That's me. I think we back.
Man, I ain't gonna say nothing about how dark you are, but
we might be good.
I'm like, but we hear you, brother. Go ahead.
I'm doing the best I can with what I got, brother. We working with it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna have you in studio so we can get this good, because you be having a lot to say, and I don't want you coming in and out. But we're gonna finish this one out as best you can.
For sure. Can you hear me all right now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you now.
That's all right. They ain't gotta see me. They gotta watch this. So here's what you're describing. I think historically, women were conditioned to accept certain terms because there was not verbiage to vocalize what was wrong. So I'll give you an example. Did you know that over 43% of women experience what they call intermarital rape?
They talk what now?
It's called intermarital rape. Did you know over 43% of women experience what they call intermarital rape?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's say 100
Can you explain
years
that for me?
For sure. Let's say 100 years ago. Let's say 60 years ago. If your husband wanted some, it was just a yes deal. But truthfully, that is not consensual behavior or activity. So intermarital rape is when you are in a relationship, and I guess we have to widen it out now since we have an array of things that people recognize themselves as. But if you are in a relationship with your partner and one partner wants to be romantic or intimate and the other does not, that is a form of rape if you force yourself onto them. So if you say, well, let me just get started, You'll warm up eventually. Nah, that's rape, player. You're a rapist. And
go ahead.
Holla at me. It's really that simple. Because consent is not, see, the fundamental issue that people don't understand, consent isn't just about a yes or a no, but it's about a freely given, enthusiastic. We both want to be involved in this activity and behavior, yes. So if there's any hesitation, if there's any pause, if there's any, I'm not sure, not right now, maybe a little later, if you have to keep persuading and convincing and conniving, then you didn't have true consent, because that means you took away an individual's autonomy and the ability to freely choose. And that's a two-way street, by the way.
And part of what he's saying is, because we keep liking to go back to the old days, and I hate when people do it because they don't understand, right? Coercion is not consent. If you're using anything to get this consent, it's not valid consent. That's the legal standard. But we talking back when our grandparents were doing it, understand, and I know y'all hate to hear this, your grandmother in theory was a slave. She didn't have consent. She couldn't move out. She couldn't get her own nothing. So she kind of had to go along with the program. And back then it was legal. Again, back then, at some point we have to come up to the 21st century and understand, everybody, oh man, she ain't gonna give me none. Oh, she gonna give me some. Yeah, you already saying, you are right. She was property. You already saying that she's property and she has no rights. So everything that you're doing after she tells you she got a headache or she don't feel like it right now, it's coercion. And right, Londa, and he said it happens to men too. But again, women are conditioned not to say anything, and men are conditioned, how you gonna let a woman take it from you? You must be some kind of punk. What you mean you ain't want to give it up? Man, what kind of dude is you? You turning this down. We find ways to make being predatory okay. And that's what we gotta stop. And that's why I wanted Bowtie to come on here, because there's a lot of ways that we unknowingly promote predatory behavior, and we downplay its effect at the end of the day, because a lot of people have been assaulted. When you listen to some of the guys tell them, we hear about guys telling about what the babysitter did. Here, as much as I dislike him, when you listen to the R. Kelly story, he was sexually molested, whether it was the babysitter or whoever it was. That was the start of his behavior. Who was he gonna tell? Who was he gonna tell? So his retaliation was to do what he did, not making no excuses for him, but he was bred to do this at a young age. Because we keep downplaying. Oh man, what you mean your third grade teacher tried to do this to you? Man, I'd love to hit my third grade teacher. Right, you would have, but I didn't like that. And like I said, we're conditioning. We're making people being okay with being preyed upon. What you got for me, Mr. Bowtie?
No, you are 100% correct. What happens with men a lot of time is we've reduced sex to an act that men should just be glad to have, no matter which way it comes. And unfortunately, what that does is give a breeding ground to exactly what you described. See, consent is also about power dynamics. So just because I want something, let's say theoretically, yeah, I'm stiffer than a new piece of plywood when my third grade teacher walked past. But I cannot truly consent to something I don't have full autonomy and agency to understand. So realistically, as a child, your brain is not fully developed enough to understand sex. You might understand it from the perspective of insert or the feeling or so forth, but the long-lasting effects and what it does to your mental development, most children are not in a space where they understand that, especially when there's a power dynamic as where an older individual is involved. So you might say, okay, well, yeah, I wanted it, I was on board, but you can't be on board with somebody that's 25 years your senior and you're a minor. Impossible.
And unfortunately, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said impossible and illegal.
And it's hard to do it when the power dynamic is a big thing, because rich person, not so rich person, there's not truly a lot of consent. There's acquiescence, I guess is the best word I can use. They're acquiescent. Some of the things that, and I'm just using women because more times than not, it's men doing it to women. When you can hold that power over somebody, it's hard to actually ever get consent. It's hard to ever get, the money difference is a major factor. So, right. Those two things, even for people who don't have it, the power dynamic, the perception of power. And it's like, and you know, cause I know Bowtie a little bit. It's like when I tell y'all about this, people can say what they want to, but look at Bowtie. He's married. He got a strong wife. She ain't taking no shit. But because he's a personality, he can get away with stuff. Because what do we see all the time? We see powerful men doing stuff. It ain't necessarily got to be about money. It's just influence. And when you can use that on people, when you say, oh, if you don't give me some, somebody else will. Well, that's the same thing. You just did it. You just told them if they didn't do it, you would do something else. So the consent they give is not valid consent in the eyes of the law. You use power against them.
And I think it's important to recognize, I talk about consent from a larger perspective, right? So, and you'll probably like this, you and the rest of the gang, because I want y'all to chime in. So most people have never truly experienced consent. Let me tell you what I mean. You work a job you don't like, making money you're not happy with, to buy things to impress you don't want to be friends with, for a life you don't enjoy. You don't have autonomy or true consent in any key point of your life. And so then when an individual comes into your life that may be doing slightly better than you in any one of those categories, whether it's spiritual, mentally, financially, relationally, from the connections they may have, or in whatever area that they have somewhat of a little piece of leverage, that's what a predator will use to manipulate and exploit the things in your life. So let's make it clear, because I think sometimes we paint this picture of people that may have been sexually assaulted as they're all, weak and downtrodden individuals. So
right.
It may be the case sometimes, but sometimes it's a matter of somebody just passed in my life and this person has just been waiting for the opportunity to slide in. And so now after the funeral, I'll take you home. You can cry on my shoulder. And now in a moment of mental disarray, you take advantage of the opportunity. So you have to understand that consent can show, and the lack of consent can show itself in many different ways. And oftentimes what you find is you have to be careful about the people that are always looking to manipulate the things that happen in your life, whether that's good or bad. Because we talk about the bad, but you just want, let's just say you want a big reward. And you done popped you a bottle of champagne and you turned up. Woo, life is great. Look at me, I'm winning. Oh, well, come on, let's celebrate together. Oh yeah, I ride in your car. Now don't worry about it. You get on in the back seat with me. Now I'm inebriated and you're not inebriated. People don't realize that if you've been drinking or doing any type of recreational drug, neither of you all can actually technically consent under the eyes of the law, because your decision-making process was altered.
And it's crazy. Guys don't realize that. We lock the guy, and the first thing say, where y'all drinking? Where y'all smoking drugs? The minute they say, yeah, she can't give consent under them circumstances. She cannot give consent. And, it's funny because people would always laugh and joke. And one of my rules is, and, it worked for me at the time, that I would never have sex with somebody the first time while they had been drinking. The first time you gotta be sober. Because I don't want no shit later on. Now, don't get it twisted. If you and somebody in a relationship, y'all been doing it, and y'all still need to make sure everything working smooth. But the first time, oh no, y'all at least you got a defense if y'all have a history of this. But if it's the first time and you said, man, I'm gonna get a drunk and do this, you already saying you're a predator player. You already telling me you a player. And I don't want to push the envelope too far. I ain't gonna say you can't consent under the influence, because people still get drunk and do what they do. People are gonna still drink and do what they do. People are gonna still smoke and do what they do. But if you know that that's what you need to do as the woman, then you can still have a little consent. Hey, what's going on, brother? Well, hey man, bring me some key factors. And remember, now, I'm just using men because most of the time men are the ones who's talking, but we talking this go both ways. Moochie, that's a good dude. So yeah, if you're drinking and this is the plan, it ain't the same as, I don't want to say, hey, the minute you drink, you can't do it. But because that's what some people do. Some people want to smoke and do whatever and get it. You just need to make sure, in my world, that it's with a common partner and this is how y'all do business. But fellas, if she got to drink all the time to be with you, to me, that's a clue. She can't never just give it to you while she's sober. Every time y'all get ready, she be like, oh, let me get a shot right quick. To me, that's a thing. And to help my brother out, Fellas, if you got to get a drink before she do it, if you got to do something else before you do it, you're being pressured too. And when we talk about being aware and conscious, how many men truly know that they can turn sex down? Because the first thing they get attacked is your masculinity, yes? The first time you don't want none, the first thing, oh, what, you must be gay. You don't like women.
True.
So men get pressured into sex more than they want to admit. And that's what, he's talking about. This happens a lot of times to men. Because who are you going to tell? Man, you turn her down? Well, you feel that fine woman. You turn that down, but something wrong with you. And so you get shamed into doing it because who are you going to tell? Who are you going to tell that, hey, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. How does that sound? And with us being, with the way we condition each other mentally. Because a man should never turn down sex from a good-looking woman. And good-looking women do it quite often.
I think the key to it is transparency and being able to have real conversations. See, the problem is most people lead with deception. So if you know your plan is, hey, listen, I want to go on this date, get to know you. At the end of the night, hopefully we have some great drinks, and I'm trying to have sex. Say that. Most people ain't player enough to do that though. Most people want to hide behind social drinking or social recreational use of drugs or whatever it is, and hope that's where the night leads instead of being upfront about it. And that lack of transparency is how folks find themselves in these situations where consent wasn't able to truly be being given. Because if you start your date off with, hey, I want to get to know you. This is what, do you have a problem with sex on the first date? Let's get all this out the way while we both sober. Because now, if we start drinking and we mess around and get to doing what we do and rubbing and touching and feeling good and oohing and on, old babying, we didn't already had the conversation. And then as the person leading the conversation, because I'm gonna help my men out there might be charismatic. I'm a charismatic individual. You also have to be forthcoming enough to say, hey, I don't want you to feel pressure. So if the other individual does say no, once again, you are putting the foundation there so that everybody can be on the same page about what's going on. And if you can't do that, then you might have to reconsider your whole mojo and how you moving and grooving. Because whether you accidentally so-called become a sexual predator or you just always are a sexual predator, either way it goes, you're a sexual predator. And we can't have no toleration for that. Point blank and period.
And you know what's crazy? I've met sexual predators who didn't have a clue that they were predators. They thought they were charming. And it's like, dude, charming cannot be pressurized. You're pressuring them to do this. You're trying to shame them into do this. You're trying to tell them, again, power dynamics. If you're a singer, you popular, something like, what you mean you don't want to do? You know how many women want to do this with me? And we've marginalized women saying no. Like I say, we shame men who say no. But these are all instances of true sexual assault. And where is the safe thing? And that's why I say, when he's giving his numbers, I can say as a cop, his numbers are they're undercounted, because as I'm listening to people tell stories, as people hit me in my inbox, and I had to tell one, like, man, you being sexually assaulted. She's like, nah, he didn't hit me. That's not what sexual assault is, young lady. You're being forced to do something you don't want to do so that you can have a place to stay. You're being forced to do something so your kids can eat. That's sexual assault. He's using power to get you to give in to him. And it's like, no, I want a place to stay. And I get it. We got to do what we got to do to survive. That don't change the crime. That doesn't change the crime. And like I say, I got a son. If he telling me some older woman is pushing up on him and, she making him, because what we going to do? We're going to be much, Dad, I had to represent. But you can tell in the way they talking, it ain't the way they normally talk. Now they trying to exhibit bravado where before it was a natural flowing conversation. This ain't natural. What did you like? Nah, I ain't really like it, but she was trying to do this, she was trying to do that. I had to show I could do this. Because again, we've told ourselves that certain things can't be said out loud by men. Let's see. Uzi says, in a marriage specifically, how do we measure nature versus laws that don't align with nature? And I think, which part did you come in on? And we're talking about you can't make your wife, or she can't make you have sex strictly because of the marriage. You can't use a power dynamic to get it. So we're not really talking about the law so much as the definition, sir. Because if she doesn't want to, she has a headache. As a husband, does that mean she still got to? She got to, because everybody been married. In the marriage vows, there's nothing that says I will have sex whenever my partner wants to. So what's the expectation?
And that goes back to having a conversation. Too many of us have gotten comfortable not using words. I have a teenage son as well, and I tell him, I say, I don't care what YouTube, social media, TikTok tell you. If you like a shorty and you want to kiss her, don't just turn around and kiss her. Talk about, oh, be romantic and spontaneous. No, use your words. Listen, I love if I can get an opportunity to have a kiss with you. That ain't hard to do. And it's the same in marriage. If the temperature's rising, it's a lot of creative ways that you can ask for consent and make sure that you and your partner are on the same page. Listen, baby, you make me feel a certain way, and right now I'm with it if you with it. And if she say yes or he say yes, it's up, baby. Let's get to it. We finna tear this room upside down. I'm trying to put you through the mattress. If it's a true yes, that it's simple. The laws, even though a lot of them are very loosely and vaguely written, are for folks that don't want to adhere to the yeses and the nos.
Hey, so let me throw this out there. This is really for you, Bowtie. You know, I'm pretty sure you got some experience with what I'm about to say. That's why I hear your thoughts on it. But this is about me. 17, right? Actually 16. We're in the club. I'm with an older dude, right? He said, yeah, man, that girl over there is checking you out. Go shoot your shot, man. So I went over. I tried to talk to her, this or that. All right, she wasn't feeling it. So I went back. And I told her, the older dude was like, hey, so what happened? I said, yeah, she said, no, she ain't interested. You know what he said to me? You gave up too easy. You know what that set a blueprint for? That set a blueprint for everything else. So I want to hear your thoughts on that, because now I'm translating that into don't give up so easy. Keep trying, right? And now I'm doing the wrong thing in different situations. Do you teach about that? You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, so the thing of it is once again, I believe in being as forthcoming and transparent as possible. So if she said no to you, you did the right thing by walking away. Now, where a lot of our forefathers and elders were ill-advised is that they believe that it's exciting to continue to chase somebody that says they don't want to be chased.
Yeah.
Game. I didn't play them reindeer games with my current wife, and Lord willing, we stay married forever. But I don't play them reindeer games with women. If I say, hey, I'm interested in what you got going, are you interested in what I got going? And Shorty say no, well, Shorty, that's just it. I don't know, gang. I know I'm amazing. So if you ever change your mind, beautiful, you know how to find me. I ain't hard to find. Look me up, Jeremiah Bowtie Woods. I'm online everywhere if you're looking for it. It's the same thing. You 17 in the club, it's other women in the club. So if she's not interested, then look, we're not gonna play them games, because that sets you up, like you said, for other things. Because now you think every time she says no, that's a signal psychologically to pursue harder, to do more. And then when it comes time for that moment, and we in the hot and heavy, and she says, oh no, I'm not ready, or I'm not into that, or whatever the case, you already psychologically have trained yourself, oh, that just means I got to be a little more persuasive. And that's how predators are built, bred, and born.
Yeah.
And let me say something about that, because I had to have a conversation because I hate all these posts that sell men to try harder, because you're telling somebody that you said no to try harder. You are sending the wrong message. Because when I give the example of, and we're gonna keep going old school, your grandmama wasn't fast. So when your granddaddy was trying to flirt with her, she wasn't giving her, but she would make him a pie or something, giving him, hey, keep trying, I just can't be easy. When these women are saying no or whatever, woman, when you say no, don't expect the guy to keep trying. Oh, a real man go after what he wants. No, a real predator goes after what they want because they're hungry. And I hate when women, I hate every time I see these posts telling, oh, a man ain't gonna give up. Like a man gonna go after what he wants. You're telling guys to be predatory. You're telling them to be predatory. Once you tell me no, I had a girlfriend when she told me no, and I was like, all right, cool. And she said, you gonna give up just like that? I said, yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. Once you say no, we're done for the night. You can't even change your mind 15 minutes later because I don't want no shit. I've seen this happen. I've seen. Now you're gonna have to be like an inmate. You got to sign this permission slip saying, "Hey, I said no in the beginning, but I freely change." I need a whole statement because we're not gonna get into this because I said, did she tell you no? Well, yeah, I thought she was playing, and I can joke about it in hindsight, but I'm like, shit, hey, break out the camera. Say on the camera that, hey, I want to have sex with this dude. I was playing a game. We're gonna film this whole thing. So if you feel like saying no in the middle of it, we got all this tape. Because I'm not willing to go to jail on some BS. And it's just like, once you see certain things, and we can laugh at how bow ties present this, but in theory, that's just the best way to present it. If you're feeling like that, you need to go on and say something. Because we're adults. We're adults. Say, sex, this ain't Jerry Springer. Sex don't just happen and didn't nobody see it coming. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. How you feeling? Do we just need to cut this off and prepare for another day? Whatever. But all this stuff because I'm thinking she ready. Because I'm just happening to go out with a woman who extra flirty. But she's just a flirty woman. She don't mean that. They don't mean she want to have sex. Just means she flirty. But hey, man, she got my motor rev and she doing this. So I'm taking a little advantage of this and that. She don't mind being touched on, but she don't want the rest of it. Oh man, she a tease. What that mean? And I'm sure that's why women reflect and they keep saying, what did I do? How did I cause this? And it's not that. It ain't.
And so I got go ahead, both.
How about?
I just want to address two things I saw in the comments, if I can.
Go ahead.
So somebody said bills must be paid. I don't want to. I can go 0 to 100, so I don't want to misinterpret what the statement is. But if you sleeping with somebody to pay your bills, there are terms for that. And if those are the terms you operating under, once again, be transparent. Listen, shawty, I ain't in love with you. I'm paying you for a service. You see how easy that is? See, we like to make things complicated. If you want to pay a woman for a service, there's plenty of women out there that are selling a service. Now, whether that service is legal or not to be sold, you have to you. However, if you just want to buy a service, go buy a service. If you are starting a relationship with someone because you say we're gonna be a team and we're gonna build together, then that's an entirely different thing. But if you just paying bills for individuals that need bills paid and you're doing that bill to use for sex, then there are terms for that. And you could just do that, but it's too hard to go find someone who's selling it and pay them what they charge you and go on by some day.
And now, let me give you a little context so you understand. Because at first he was talking about what about a husband and wife, nature versus law. And his statement was, he don't get to pick when and where to be a provider. So, and I think that's where he's going. I'm trying to get him to comment a little bit more. And I'm like, dude, you do. We get to call in sick from work. So just because you're the provider, we already that's actually being manipulated to get the sex. Then if that's the whole reason, it's because you provide. Because unfortunately, bro, I love you, but I gotta provide for me anyway. So if I gotta pay to stay here, her staying here is just a bonus. But if she don't want to have sex, even as my wife, my girlfriend, my whatever, hell, we don't have concubines no more. We can't use that to make them. We can't use that to make them.
Okay.
Yeah, and men do desire sex more than women, but does that mean the woman gotta give in? Go ahead, Bowtie.
I see the comment referencing if you desire. So again, this is a conversation, right? They have pills, they have doctors, they got all kind of things to help women increase their libido and help men increase their sexual drive. So if that's a problem, then let's address and work through that in our relationship. Now, if you want to have 3 or 4 different types of cookies that you snacking on in the middle of the night, that's a conversation. Because there's some people that don't mind if you have your cake and your pie and your popsicle. You just got to find the people that's on board for you to be able to do that. everything is negotiable and can be worked out if both parties want to do that. But just too often we take the cop-out route and don't want to have conversations in order to fix the things that might be a hindrance in our relationship. So if your sex drive is higher than your wife's, then let's figure out, well, hey, baby, how can we increase that sex drive? If you feeling me and I'm feeling you, and we in this thing for the long haul, let's see what's going on. It might be as simple as she just need to eat more green beans at night. Well, let's buy 3 cases of green bean, baby, so we can get this thing going. But we could figure it out. Now, I also saw, I think, Rashay or someone in the chat said that this guy is texting her and he better apply pressure. Baby girl, tell him that's what you want. Because I don't know nothing about the guy, but I know me. If I know if my wife tell me, hey, baby, I want you to apply a little more pressure, say less. It's up. I just need the green light. But if I don't get the green light, I'm going to proceed with a yellow light, with caution. Slow and steady wins the race. Because I don't want to go too fast and mess up a good thing, and I don't want to go too slow and not ever get a chance to start. But if we communicate, we can gain consent, and we'll keep ourselves from committing crimes. Look how all 3 of them C's work together. God Almighty. Communication will lead to consent that'll keep you from committing crimes. God, dog, I might need to put that.
So
on
I got
the
a
t-shirt.
question.
Get it, God Almighty. Boy, DV, we cooking today. Let's get it, baby.
Triple C in the building. Go ahead, Mark.
So I got a question for you. You said that, you know, coming out the gate on the first date you meet somebody, or whenever you meet them, you should talk about sex and consent and things of that nature. But it's also, all men think about is sex. So we meet somebody new. How do you just jump into a sex conversation and scare them off? If that, you know, it may be even you trying to build something, but you need to spend some time with them. It's possible that sex happens. But how do you get into a sex conversation when women prefer that you not talk about sex when you first meet them?
I'm sorry,
And I don't
say it
think
one
he's
more
saying
time.
when you,
I didn't hear you a little bit. I didn't hear a little bit of what you said.
I don't think he's talking about when you
He
first
said
meet him. Mark.
open communication.
That's on the
Yeah.
date,
No,
though,
he
Mark.
said
You're not gonna do
he
this
said
over the
first
phone,
time you meet him, if you know.
right?
But
You
how
should
do
be
you
doing
start
some of
this
this over the
conversation
phone.
about sex? But yeah, but first thing women say is don't talk about sex so soon. Why men always think about sex when they meet you? So how do you start this conversation about sex when it's frowned upon?
Well, you started if that's a priority for you. So if that's not what you're trying to get out of the first date, then cool, don't talk about it. But if that's exactly what you're trying to get out the first date, I don't care whether you want me to talk about it or not. We got to have this conversation because I can't garner consent if I don't know. And that's that. I'm glad you asked that because that's a great question. So if when you see somebody, let's go with the scenario. You see him in the club. We in the club. Oh, and the music is thumping. Bow, bang, bang, bye, bye. Oh, we moving and grooving. And I like the way you swinging that thing. And I come up to you. If I'm intending on, hopefully we gonna have some drinks and I'm taking you home, then at some point that conversation needs to be brought up, whether people like it or not. Now, if my intention when I come up to you, if we keep that same club reference, is I just want to get your number. Hopefully we can go out on a dinner date, get to know each other a little more, walk through the park, whatever it is. And through that course of that, hopefully develop a relationship. And then at some point, we're going to, obviously, if we're in a relationship, I imagine that we may lead to some type of sexual activities, then have that conversation. But the point I'm making is have some conversation about what your true intentions are. If you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with your potential partner. But too many people lie to themselves, and so they end up lying to their partner. And
Yes.
don't walk around trying to swing your sledgehammer, but then act like you ain't trying to swing it. If you gonna swing it, go and say, hey, I'm trying to swing it. If you ain't trying to swing it, then say, hey, look, you cool, I won't get to know you, and at some point, I'm gonna try to swing it. But have the conversation.
Yeah, but don't come out the bat saying, hey, I like you. Can we have sex if I take you out? Because at some point, and like Yolanda said, I've never had a woman who said that we couldn't talk about. What they don't want to talk about is what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But at some point, the conversation gotta come up. It's gotta come up. Especially now at the age we at, everybody know what the game is. We ain't here to play tiddlywinks, so we ain't here to do nothing. And if you all say that too. But at some point, you gotta have these conversations because who you dealing with? And this is how we have so much communication because everybody want to keep it 100. And the easiest way for you to keep it 100 is not to say shit. That's not keeping it 100 because you got all these thoughts. You got all these thoughts. I want this. Find out where you stand and what you got to do and where she at. Because if she ain't there with you, then you need to change your approach or change your woman. Because we can't keep dancing around this. We cannot. Like I said, you don't want to just start off saying, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do to you. This is what I want to do to you. I think that's what most of the women are saying they don't want. But hey, you know, what about this? What about this? Why say go to sleep?
Well, let me.
She's trying to play tiddlywinks.
Let me.
And Mujib, when you say everybody got to, Mujib, you say everybody in a relationship got to do something they don't want to do, and I totally agree with that. We all have to acquiesce to our partner some, but you can't acquiesce criminally. If my girl want to smoke, I don't care how much she want to smoke. I don't smoke. I'm not going to smoke to be part of this. So if I say I don't want to smoke, is that something I should have to do that I don't want to do? And so we're still talking about making somebody feel uncomfortable. Because do you want your significant other to feel uncomfortable just because? And I'm willing to bet that most women, most men, anybody in a relationship, I'm willing to bet we've done it sometimes when we didn't feel like it. But did we feel pressured to do it? Did we know that we ain't been whatever? I mean, I suffer from depression. They can want what they want sometimes, but if I'm going through that, I'm not all there. Other people going through other things. So when is it? And Mo and Mark, have y'all not ever had it when you truly wasn't in the mood? Hell, and you know, like I said, because even as men, Bowtie, there are expectations of us. When Bowtie won one, it's like, hey, he tired. He been running all day. He really wants some sleep. But he like, she bout it. Guess what? And where are they then? Is it that he don't want to do it because he's tired, or he don't want to do it because he don't feel like it? And sometimes you have to know those differences too, I believe. You have to know the difference. Because we can do things we don't want to do, but are we doing things we hate doing?
I think it's
hold on, let Mo go, because Mo will forget something. We gotta get him time when he ready.
I got it written down.
Mo. Go ahead.
Oh, you got it written down?
I got it written down, Bowtie. I'm good, man. Don't worry about DVP. All right, so I just want to throw this out here because this is a testament for transparency. So it's 2:30. The club is getting out. I got the girl, and she down with it. We headed to the hotel, and she told me, she said, "Listen, tonight I'm not sleeping with you." I was mad as hell, but she did me a favor that night because I knew my position. I knew what I was not gonna do, and I was cool with it. So in the terms of transparency, that was a gift for me. I'll leave it at that.
100%. That's how it should operate. It really is that simple. Mo, you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head. Hey, listen, we done did whatever. The train has gone as far as the train is gonna go. Cool. Now you got two options in that moment. Okay, shorty, I'm gonna keep kicking it with you. We're gonna keep texting, talking, whatever, and maybe next time, or you gonna wig out and do something crazy and catch some charges, or let's keep it a buck. The reality of it is, people try to act confused, like they don't know how they ended up in situations, and I have a disdain for that. Right? All of our choices and actions lead to things. Right? And so there is a fundamental difference between doing something you did not want to do, but it is for the betterment of your relationship, and being coerced and forced into something that is detrimental to your relationship. So if your partner is forcing you by coercion or by begging or by whatever other means to have sex just because y'all in a relationship, that does not better the relationship. That is a detriment. So like we let's not confuse the two, because I think we all have a good understanding. If not, I can keep going on the difference between the two. My wife forcing me to use a little less salt on my meals because I'm an entertainer and I'm an executive director and I run an organization and people depend on me. I have a wife, I have children, right? I don't want to not put that salt on my fries. I want a little extra salt on my fries. I want the salt. However, it is in my best interest to not have it. That is not the same as me wanting to have sex. And she said, "Oh, I got a headache," or "I don't feel good," or "just not tonight." And me say, "I got to have it because we married." There's no external benefit to that at all. Right? And so I think that's one thing. The other thing is, I love how everybody gets coy when talking about sex. All of a sudden, we talk about everything else. But when it talks about getting some consent, all of a sudden everybody, "Oh, I don't know how to have that conversation. That's a tough one." What are we talking about? I done seen brothers get on a live with a good looking woman, first comment out the gate, girl, I lick you from the top to bottom and stop right in the middle. You feel comfortable saying that, but you can't say, hey, are we both on the same page about me licking you? Man, get your boy, stop playing with me, dog. Real talk. Stop playing with me. We can't be serious. It ain't that complicated. Can't be.
And let me add some context, because Jeremiah gave he gave a great example and it's horrible example at the same time. But that's what I'm talking about. When his wife, girlfriend, whoever, don't want him to put more salt on his stuff, do or don't. That's not illegal. Sex is, you can't force people to have sex. And when we're talking about them between a crime and a choice, you know, yeah, your wife wants you to go to bed early because you got to get up in the morning. Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Yeah, force or whatever, there's nothing illegal about you staying woke or going to bed early. If she said, I ain't gonna let you go to bed till I get some, that's a crime. And we can keep saying what we want to say, but you gotta look at whether you like it or not. What does the law say about certain things? What does the law say? How am I really feeling about this? Like I said, there are times when, you know, we all playing. Again, play with somebody you know. Don't play with no stranger. You know, like I said, and both times I was talking about, he knowing his wife want a little bit more and a little bit less, but they can play like that. He wouldn't do the same thing to a woman he just met. He don't know her like that, because these are conversations that you gotta have with people. And if you're having trouble having these conversations, I would say, yeah, don't have sex with them, because you don't know when they're for real or not. That's why I don't like to play these yes, no games. If you tell me no, like I said, it's no for the rest of the night, because you don't want to have to go through all you got to do to undo this no. But I've seen brothers get locked up for shit like this and be like, yeah, she said no, but I thought she was just playing. She was laughing. Yeah, people normally laugh when they're nervous, because it's what we know people do. I'm not playing these games. Well, let me just get a couple of drinks, and then if you need a couple of drinks, go there. That means you ain't there, and it's okay. Let's wait till you comfortable. When you comfortable, then we can renew this conversation. We can review this nudity. But if you ain't comfortable, is this quick satisfaction I'm getting? Is it worth time in prison? And y'all met anybody that's worth going to prison to have sex with? Anybody? Anybody? It don't get quiet now.
No, that don't happen.
Nah, it ain't worth it.
Hey, DV, you pose a great question. All of a sudden, the game changes when you pose it in that manner. Is anybody worth going to jail for?
Yeah.
And I guess if you want to take it spiritually, there's that too. But the reality of it is, in the gray area, because they want to have an of why they did what they did, versus just being accountable.
But accountability is the hardest part. But again, we're adults. We're adults. What are we talking? Come on, ladies. It's only so much small talk you can make. At some point, you know what the end game is. Yo, let's do this. You know, when you start talking about getting that hotel room, there needs to be a conversation. And you know, it's funny. You remember the scenario I gave y'all last week about the guy would want his money back from that drink. I guarantee if she'd went to the hotel, he wouldn't have wanted his money back. He had buyer's remorse. He done took out there, he done spent this money on food, and all he got was a good night till next time. I'm sure that the more he thought about it, he's like, man, I done spent this money and I ain't getting nothing but a good night. I'm sure he had buyer's remorse, but he should have asked up front, hey, we go out and we have this expensive dinner, whatever. What you looking like? You know what I'm saying? What you open to?
And to that point, DV, I think leading with doing things with the expectation of something else in return is the problem. So if you buy somebody a drink for whoever it is, if me and you in the same city and I see y'all say, oh, that's my boy. Oh man, let's go get I like a rum and coke. Let's go get us a rum and coke. If I buy you a rum and coke, I should be buying it for you because I want to buy it for you. Right. Not because I expect you to then bring me back on your show and give me an hour-long segment to talk my talk. That's the same logic. But the reality of it is, once again, people don't want to have conversations, and so therefore they can never garner consent. If I see you and I buy you a drink, it's just because I want to buy you a drink. Now, whatever happens after I buy you that drink, okay, so let's have that conversation. But the problem is too many people don't do things. They do it disingenuously. So they do it with the mindset that they want to potentially get something out of it. And that's outside of sex. That's in life. Too many people do things with the expectation they're gonna get something else versus doing it because that's what you want to do, or that was the right thing to do, or it's just like when you loan somebody money. Don't loan it to them with the idea you want to hold something over their head. Loan it to them if that's what you want to do, or give it to them because that's what you want to do to help the situation or the scenario. People try to make it complicated because they throw sex in there, but it's not.
And I think part of the reason they don't want to have this conversation is plausible deniability. See, if I don't ask you, can we have sex? You ain't never told me no, so I can act like, oh, I didn't know that thing what she wanted. And I get it. You're trying to have a play on words, but it's like you said. If you can tell this woman you're gonna lick her from the tutti to the fruity, you can't ask her if she okay with it. That to me is how the hell did you wouldn't have lick everything, but you can't ask her how she feel about it, if she want to have you. I'm confused. But okay, Sin, is sex a marital duty? We keep talking about this. Where is it in the vows that sex is a marital duty? Because I guarantee you, most men know that sex is not a marital duty. What do men always complain about? As soon as we got married, we stopped having sex. So clearly, it can't be a marital duty. It can't be. I mean, we want it to be, but clearly it ain't. So there is no duty that requires you to break a law. But both time married, his wife say whatever she want to. When she say, "Hey, babe, you my husband, you supposed to do this, let's go rob a bank." Both time gonna be like, "What? That's against the law. That's against the law. I'm your wife. You're supposed to provide, protect, put me before everybody else." Because it say something, but it don't say nothing about breaking laws. Go ahead, both time.
Let me take this with DV just to add some context, right? So when reading the Bible and we talk about some of the things that it says in there, you have to have I've done a little bit of a deep dive on some of these things, and we have to understand that contextually, when some of these things were written and said, women were not considered to be their own autonomous beings. They were considered as property. And so if you look at your wife as property that has to follow by a certain rule based on what was written in a certain scriptural context, then you have to look at the entire context. And if that's the case, that's fine, but have that conversation. But don't say, well, it's your marital duty according to the Bible. You got to sleep with me. Okay, well, that also means that she would be property. And you should have given her parents and her family a dowry worthy of the purchase of that wife. Did we do that, or we skip that part? Like, we can't pick and choose when we say we want to do something from a contextual standpoint of a religious standpoint or a book, that all of a sudden certain things become valid. Because if that's the case, then we have to line ourselves up and say, well, what are we following all the marital duties that are required of men? Because it also requires men to love their wife as Christ loved the church. So if you love your wife the same way Christ loved the church, you wouldn't want her to do something that she wasn't on board with doing. Like, come on, man. We put everything in context. We can get back to conversations.
Everything until it works against us.
Consent that'll keep you from committing crimes. Them 3 C's ain't going away. I don't care how we spend it.
Hey, so just remember now, when you make this T-shirt, I want a little DVP. I want a little DVP on the thing. You know what I'm saying? I want my full faith in Chris. I want that came from. You got inspiration from the Random Thoughts with DVP show. I want that, brother.
Hey, man, we can have a conversation about it, and that might garner some consent, but I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. But I mean, and part of the reason I wanted him on the show is because he has a pleasant personality without being overbearing. Because sometimes when we hear things, when people talk too matter of fact to us, we don't embrace the message. But fellas, y'all see how these women are talking. Most of them have been through this. Like I said, a lot of guys have been through it, but our machismo won't let us admit to this. It won't let us admit to this. So, because where is the safe space for us? Where is the safe space? I've been, my first suspension, well, maybe my second suspension as a cop was because a sergeant was sexually harassing me. Just like Yolanda said, we both skinny. The doorway is 8 feet wide. She rubbed up against me, and I was like, damn, both of us skinny. Why are you rubbing up against me? I got written up in insubordination, and I was telling, and she rubbing up against me. There's no reason for her to rub up against me. We skinny. The door is this wide. We can walk through a hip to hip and not touch. Oh, you being disrespectful. And it's like, well, damn, I didn't know then it was sexual harassment, but shit. And she did want me to get some. but she wasn't my type, and I just wasn't gonna do it. But that's what that was. And it's like, man, here we go with this. Yeah, ain't nothing. Hey, not a verbal contract. We need a tape contract, because I want you to say this on camera. I want them to see the look in your face so they can see there was no coercion. You know, I might have forced you to sign something, but if it's a video, see, y'all see she's smiling, we laugh, we hold her hand. But at some point, that's almost where we at. That's almost where we at.
When you say that could be considered as a verbal contract, what are we referencing? Just so I'm clear.
The sex.
Getting married and then and because we're married, that's the verbal contract. Is that what we're talking about?
She not answering yet, but I guess she talking to you. Oh, but you can see everything.
Well, I had to zoom in so I can make sure I read it right. Cause she initially used my government name. She said Jeremiah, so I said let me make sure I respond accordingly so I can be clear. So that could be considered as a verbal contract. If we're talking about we both said I do, then ideally, my hope would be that before we agree that we're theoretically going to spend our lives together, we had this conversation. Because it's kind of wild to me. People will agree to have children. They will agree to buy a house. They'll get credit cards together, but can't seem to have a conversation about when it is, or create a safe space, rather, for that partner to be able to say yes or no. I don't know. I could be misinterpreted. Just let me know so I can be on the same page. Yeah. But
she was talking about.
If there is any confusion, I'm not opposed to a written contract, because at the end of the day, we want to have a safe space for us as partners to be able to say yes and no without any coercion, any force, any manipulation. And if you don't have that environment, then that's problematic. My wife can tell me no any day of the week, and ain't nothing I can do but say, God, dog, boy, ain't that about a trip? Well, maybe try again tomorrow. Like I don't. That's a true safe space. But if somebody tell you no, and now you got to pout and walk around the house slamming doors for 2 hours, is it really a safe space for them to tell you no? Like, what we talking about?
Well, hey, and she was talking about our shirt contract. That's what she was talking about. She finally put it. She was talking about that we made a verbal contract.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, I didn't. No, let's not consent nor agree. Let me put it in clear terms. Jeremiah Bowtie Woods, as a representative of the hands-on family, earnings.
I don't need to get paid for it, brother. I don't need to get paid for it.
Production after this broadcast.
Yeah, I don't need to get paid. That's my random thoughts lawyer. I don't need to get paid. I just want recognition. That's all. You keep all the proceeds, brother. I'm a good dude like that. Come on, Mark, what y'all got?
I think it's good to have this information, have this conversation, because this is like I say, it's not a lot of safe space for men in these areas. Like I say, if we decline sex, then yeah, we're gonna be called gay. There ain't no doubt about it. He must be gay. He don't want me. So it's good to have these type of conversations in these safe spaces.
And we have to pick better too, though.
As well.
Why we picking women who challenge our masculinity?
So I'll add this.
No, it ain't that. Anytime you tell a woman you don't want, she can't even be your type. If you don't want her, she gonna call you gay.
So why are we picking her? It might be time to let her go.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't picking the ugly ones.
She ain't got to be ugly.
We don't pick them. They gonna refer to us as gay. We don't want me to be gay. Come on now.
Where you at, Mo? I'm not even talking to Mark no more.
Yeah, I just say this, man. I take my hat off to Bowtie because I had to learn the hard way of what to do and what not to do. And Bowtie's out here giving people knowledge and gonna save them a lot of pain, stress, hurt, maybe prison time, maybe penalties. So, man, I just take my hat off to you. I really appreciate that, because if you teach young men, they don't know what gift you're giving them.
Man, I appreciate that, Mo. Thank you. It means a lot. And to that point, to Mark's point, and to everyone's point, that is the real reason that part of the reason that I'm out here advocating and pushing this. That's why my hat says make consent cool again, right? Because it's not just about what men are allegedly doing or not doing to women, but it's also about us as humans in the bigger conversation. We should all be able to say yes or no freely and willfully and not have repercussions. Now, the reality of it is people are going to do and say what they want to say. I done been called gay plenty of times by a lot of women. And get what? It ain't bothering me not now time. Because first of all, my wife fine. Secondly, I go home and sleep good every night. And most times I'm well taken care of. That's the best way I can say it. That's the way I can say it. I'm well taken care of. I sleep like a baby at night. So it's like people gonna say what they're gonna say, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But to me, when you see, those are the kind of red flags you watch out for. If I tell you something, hey, I'm not feeling this, or I'm not on board for this, or this makes me uncomfortable. If you don't have somebody that's willing to work through that uncomfortability with you, then you shouldn't get comfortable with them being in your space. If I was a single man and Shorty trying to apply pressure, she say, "Hey, Bo, I'm trying to throw it every which way to Sunday to you," and I say, I just ain't feeling you. That's not what we gonna do. I'm sorry. Hey, you cool and all, but that ain't what we finna do. And she started calling me all these names and making assassinations on my character. You wasn't never supposed to be with me no way, Shorty. You did me because if you acting like that, if I said crazy. Sometimes we have to look and recognize it for what blessing that it is.
So you know what? I'm gonna make sure. Before I forget,
that's true.
You got an event coming up, and you take donations, and because for everybody who don't live in Georgia, there's ways to donate, and he has an event coming up. Is the event open to the public? You still with me, Bowtie?
Yeah, I'm still with you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. All right, you got an event coming up? Is it open to the public?
You cutting out.
Oh, you disappeared again on me, Bowtie. Anyway, he got an event coming up. I'm gonna put it on the page. They take donations. Listen. I'm not tagging nobody. What?
That shit is funny.
Yeah,
that shit is funny.
But and it's crazy. But like I've had conversations, and I try to tell guys this what's up, and they say, "Oh man, these females, y'all know I hate that word. These females, they just be playing hard to get. They just want a brother to do extra." And I'm like, "Cool. Why are you willing to go to jail for this shit? Because I'm not finna do. It's only so much extra I'm gonna do. Like say, I know when we playing the game, because when they playing the game, but fellas, we gotta learn how to read the room. When that body language say they ain't playing, you gotta back your ass up and be ready to. As they say, you got to be ready to go home with the blue balls. Because is it worth going to prison for? If you started trying to hit on her and it's a big space between y'all, she not feeling you. Now she all up on you, touching your legs, talking about, playing the game, then maybe. But when they sit, y'all got to read the room. Yeah, that clock, hey, he said clock right twice a day. No. Each one teach two. But he ain't my friend like that, so But yeah, this is what we truly do have to do a better job.
Nah, we don't want it's good.
But yeah, when Mo does his thing, I do my thing, Mark do his thing. But at some point, when do we tell these guys that, hey, this is how you got to start treating women? This is how you got to start doing this. And when do we learn? Hey, fellas, if you ain't feeling this, don't let her try to shame you. If she's trying to shame you, it might be time to walk away. It's okay to walk away. What they say, sticks and stones will hurt my bones, but words will never hurt. But man, the minute a woman challenges a man's sexuality, he feel like he got to prove something. And it's like, what you got to prove, player? What do you have to prove? Oh, it looked like we got him back again. All right, Bowtie, can you say something so I can see if we can hear you? Bowtie.
You just hear in spirit, man. In spirit.
All right, well, when he can hear, if you hear, just start back talking, because we still got about 15, 20.
Let's talk early for tomorrow.
But yeah, like I say,
DVP,
he got
know
some
about his program, but I know he talked about a lot for women.
Well, and
I know
it's meant to be for both sexes, but we just thought it more.
classes for men.
It's the same one. Men don't ever want to be lumped into stuff. Men is quiet as women are about sexual assault. You know who's even quiet? Men. Don't no man want to say that he's been taken advantage of about no man. No. Remember when what's the big dude name who said he was molested by Harvey Weinstein for a movie part? The dude that do the commercials and shit. Wasn't nobody trying to hear that. I know who I'm talking about.
Terry Crews.
Yeah. Wasn't nobody feeling sorry for him. So he didn't have a safe space. And because he's so big, ain't nobody believe in him. So on March the 7th, there's a Teal Gala march. I'm gonna put the thing up on my page so that y'all can see. But they take donations if you want to give back to the Hands Off Foundation. I'll tell you how to do it. DVP, you have to blame it on the cartoons. Too many dudes got their game, and they did. Because if you look at our, but think about it. If you look at our cartoons, Pepe Le Pew was the ultimate predator because he was not taking no for nothing, and that's crazy.
He was.
That is crazy. But we like Pepe Le Pew. And they made a whole cartoon about, when you look at some of the cartoons and some of the things that they promoted, it is effing amazing that we came out anything close to normal. All right, Bowtie, can you talk?
Yeah, I can talk. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. So,
bro, I tell you everything trying to stop the message, but you can't stop what God got for you, baby. We here. We live and direct. March 7th, Teal Gala. Let's get it. You gonna be there, brother?
Oh man, it's my intent to be there.
Let's get it.
I'm working something. Yeah, I can see you typing. Hey, but you taking donations too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if you go to www.tealgala.com, you can get your free ticket for the gala as well as make a financial contribution. There is an option to donate right there via the site. So if you go to www.tealgala.com, you can make a contribution to the site. And you can also see our social media and how to keep up with everything we're doing from right there. But you definitely want to come. We're going to have a live band, going to have food, music, entertainment. There's going to be a raffle. We're going to have some amazing raffle items that we're going to be raffling off. And most importantly, your baby boy, BOWTIE baby, is going to be hosting live and indirect. And I'm telling you, there's nobody on God's greatest earth with a mic that's better than me when it comes down to hosting an event. So you want to make sure you're there. So, man, move the calendar around, DV. You're going to have to be there, brother. Mo, Mark, y'all got to come pull up on me because I'm telling you, y'all think I'm a fool on the podcast. Wait till you see me live.
Hey, Mo in Arizona, he might not make it. He might not.
Oh man, ain't nothing but a flight.
Oh yeah, hey, say less. But yeah, so like I say, I got some more stuff.
So do you have like programs for men?
So we do. So our consent education and our Teal Mobile is our mobile wellness unit. Those are all open and accessible for anyone. When it comes to our wellness program, the Live, Work, Grow program that we have, that's specifically for women and children because that's what kicked off the journey to start my organization. I was dealing with a court case that dealt with some women that were being sexually assaulted by their stepfather. So we do work with men, but not necessarily in all the same capacities that we work with women. So we do consent education classes. I am myself a community advocate. So if you have a situation where you need someone you can reach out to maybe help point you in the right direction, help make some phone calls, so forth and so on, all of those things are things that we can do and help to navigate.
And there you go.
I appreciate
it. It sucks that most of the things is geared toward women, but they're the masses right now. And guys we need to once we can find a safe space, we can start doing things. You know, it's crazy. A later actually reached out to me because I'm gonna reach out to Mr. Bowtie because she wants me to start a group for safe space for men. Because we can talk about anything and not be judged. Because sometimes you need to know that your story is shared by somebody else who was shamed into it or whatever it was that didn't make them want to talk. Because she said, you know, guys have been telling her stuff and they want a guy they can talk to because they want to feel like they're not soft or they're not victims. I mean, we are, but you can overcome being a victim. And that's one of the things that I'm actually working on in it's one of my projects. So, you know, Bowtie didn't know this when I reached out to him because I didn't have the full details, but she wants me to do something. And I'm trying to get a group of men who are understanding so we can get another group of men so we can start, hey, come here and let's talk about this. Know that this is normal. Know that you're not an outcast. Know that, hey, you're not a leper, but there are people who understand, and then we can get you to the point where this is a safe space. This is us taking care of us, because the mental health stuff ain't coming no time soon. So in the meantime, in between time, we got to look out for each other. We got to be our brother's keeper. Because how else we gonna survive? If I don't look out for Bowtie, Bowtie don't look out for me, and I look out for Mark and so on, how we gonna survive? This individual thing, as Tupac said, the old way ain't been working. So we got to do something different. We got to.
And there's also a great individual by the name of Robert Marshall. He is, I believe, based in Chicago. He has a book, a men's group, and he does a lot of conferences that are centered around men who've been affected by some type of sexual violence, and he holds a lot of those conversations. So if I'm not the resource, I definitely can point you in the direction of the resource. If you have a company or a team, or you're the individual, or whatever the case may be, you can sponsor us bringing out the Teal Mobile, which is our mobile wellness unit. It's the world's only 16-minute immersive mobile wellness experience where we hold these types of conversations. We do deep breathing, guided meditation, and also we're award winning. If I could just, for a second, I want to pat me and my team on the back. We were recognized by the county for the efforts that we've put in and the work we've done around this topic. And so you definitely want to bring us out. On addition to our certification. So you definitely want to bring us out if you can, if it's within your budget. We bring out the Teal Mobile and we park it right where you are, and we can invite men, women, whoever you want to have as your audience, and we have that conversation in a safe space. So 100%, it's definitely some things that could be done. Definitely some moves that can be made, because I'm all about having the conversation, and the only way we can make consent cool again is by, as I said, having conversations that lead to consent that keep you from committing crimes. Baby, I might have to put that on a t-shirt, DV. We might have to go on a campaign.
Hey man, you ain't. Hey, quick, before we. If they need to reach out to you, what's the best way you want them to reach out to you so I can put it in? I can put it in here.
You can text me directly at 404-908-5909. You can email me at.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Hands Off Foundation. INC, and that's all normal, proper spelling. Hands, HANDS, off, OFF, Foundation, FOUNDATION, INC @gmail.com.
What else?
And last but not least, you can go to our website at www.handsofffoundation.org. That's Hands Off Foundation. Those are all the best ways to reach me or my team or any of our individuals that can assist.
All right, so I got that in the thing so y'all can see if y'all need to reach in, or if it's too much to remember, I put it all there. But you can always reach out to me and I'll reach out to him, because like I said, it's all about making this work together. I'm gonna have to talk to you about this mobile, because like I said, I do a mentorship for boys, and I think they need to hear some of this. So y'all got any questions for him? So, like I said, we supposed to do some more studio shows, Mr. Bowtie. So when I set up a studio thing, I definitely want you in there so they can feel your energy as you're doing it. Because I know you, so I know what you bring to the table. I met this brother. I met his wife first, but I met this brother. You know, his bow tie's almost as good as mine. I ain't gonna give him that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he a bow tie brother. So I respect him, the bow tie brother. But I like the energy. Then we start communicating on Facebook. Like that, and you just never know who you'll meet. And then he got with Hands Off. Hey man, y'all know how I feel about protecting and being protected. So that's just one of the things. So I wanted to reach out to him because we got to do better as understanding when we're victims, understanding when we're victimizing people. It's a whole process, and we got to be a little bit more, as I say, keeping it 100. Because we only keep 100 when it works for us. But we gotta be know better, do better. Know better, do better. Some things
I got a question.
I will say we didn't know.
I got a question, DVP. I mean to cut
Go
you
ahead.
off. So Bowtie, I just wondering, are you tracking? Do you track metrics? And can you talk a little bit about some of the gains, positive things, positive benefits that your organization has created? I don't know if you do that. I'm just curious.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So we track metrics a little differently than most organizations. So we try to go based on impact, and based on the demographic that we serve. We try to be survivor sensitive on some of the questions we answer. But some of the things we've done in the last 7 years of our existence, we've helped over 2,000 plus individuals that may have been experiencing PTSD, depression, anxiety, or so forth through the Teal Mobile, and providing peace that you can feel and smell. In addition to that, last year we gave out 650 plus book bags that were filled with school supplies, wellness kits, hygiene kits, and self-care kits. We've served with over 15 plus organizations to help their employees and their staff and within the community to provide resources such as guided meditation, deep breathing, anxiety, depression, and so forth. So we do track those metrics, but more so we look at real-time data, right? So when people getting off the Teal Mobile or they're coming up to us and they're providing their stories, to us that's the biggest metric track data that we can follow, because we can actually see in real time how their life is being affected.
Yeah, yeah, nah, and so yeah, and that was my goal, just to say, you know, that your program definitely is beneficial, and I think you need to, advertise that so that people know, if you're not doing it already, just let them know, because it's easy to just say our program's good, but when you show metrics, it's like, whoa, all right, got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've helped over 1,500 individuals within just this space. So, one of the biggest things that we're most proud of is not only just our back to school event that we do, but also with the Teal Gala, we've had people come and share their stories and tell not only what they're going through, but more importantly, how the organization helped them. We provided housing for individuals. So there's quite a few things we've done over the last 7 years, and I'm excited about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a question for you, Bowtie, to ask where you located.
He's here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're our base is in Atlanta. Well, technically it's Conyers, Georgia, is where our base is at, but we're Metro Atlanta area. And the Teal Mobile that I was speaking of earlier, that's anywhere that gets booked. Anywhere we get booked or we're requested that we can come. I like to say anywhere four wheels can travel to, we'll be there. So it's exciting what we can do with that. But yeah, we're in the Metro Atlanta area. And we'd be glad to do what we can do. But virtually, we're everywhere. So if you want to host a session or have a meeting or do a talk or any of those things, we can always accommodate and figure out how to make it work.
Is Teal an acronym?
Teal is not an acronym. I'm glad you asked. So that's actually the one word in my life that is not an acronym. Teal is actually the national color for survivors of sexual violence. So everything that we do is teal related, so that we always keep the mission at the forefront. So at one point, actually, my hair was actually dyed teal. Like we all in on teal. Everything is teal, one way or another.
I remember.
But so because it's my 7-year anniversary, I cut my locks and we starting fresh. 7 is the number of completion. 8 is the number for new beginnings. So we completed that journey. We're gonna start a new journey. But I might have to bring the teal hair back just in case, because that people forgot that is that serious. Going
to make that beard teal. Going to make that beard teal.
Hey man, I don't know about the beard teal. Now you pushing it. They got it. You see the way? I don't know if you can see them because the light a little dim. I'm traveling, but hey, them waves is something serious now. They got to see that, so we might have to throw a little teal on that wave game. Mark, we might have to get you a teal T-shirt, cause well.
Hey man, I want to sign up to be. I want to sign up to be part of the team, but we're gonna have that conversation off the record.
Let's do it, man. Come be a part of Teal Nation,
bro. I've been trying for the longest. I just need to slow down. It is a nonprofit organization, right?
That's correct. We are a full 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're registered with the state of Georgia. We're recognized by Rockdale County as an award-winning organization. We have trained with GANESA, which is Georgia's network to end sexual assault and sexual violence. We got all the credentials and paperwork you want to see.
And I'm gonna hook you up with Ferguson. I think he had to leave, but Ferguson is running for Senate. And he's in Rockdale, so we're gonna get your team together. Like I said, because I've been wanting to do some stuff, but I knew I was busy, so I didn't want to half-ass it. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk. Like I said, because I'm gonna get you in here some more. We're gonna do some stuff that's strictly about this, even if I have to do some special shows, just so we can get a weekend crowd or you know. It's a couple of schools I think I want us to start targeting just so we can bring about awareness. But like I said, me and you will talk offline. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is a brother I've been knowing, and I've been watching this journey. So I've been watching him for a minute now, so I know he legit. Like I said, I'm changing my schedule because I want to go to this event on the 7th because he dared me to come in and just look like just be all that. So if I can swing, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be picture ready.
The challenge is out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, one of the things I want to do. The reason I know a lot of people say, man, he's loud and he over the top and he's vivacious and all these things. That's because I want to change the narrative about what it looks like to advocate for people. I'm not downtrodden. I'm not sad. I'm not upset. I'm simply passionate about helping change people's lives. And I want to change what that looks like. So listen, we're going to have fun at the fundraiser. Now, my challenge to you, DV, I'm going to tell you now, I know what I'm wearing. And I'm a certified lemon pepper stepper. So I want to see what you're going to bring to the table because we coming all the way through there. I'm talking about, I'm up through there. You hear what I'm saying? So I want to put the challenge out there to you. I think somebody said they out here in Conyers as well. Come see me. We're going to have us a time.
I might be in 3-4 suits, brother, because you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to change up,
Don't pop out and show them what's going on.
So yeah, but hey, but this, this is how we do stuff like the show. Brothers helping brothers help brothers. The more brothers help brothers, and ladies, this ain't nothing against y'all. But when we start helping each other, de facto we help y'all because we become stronger. And if we can become stronger and better, you know who actually win at the end of the day? The women, because we becoming stronger. And this is something I truly believe in. The more you see, and ladies, because I heard a couple of women who say something to me. She liked to see us brothers sitting around talking about stuff and talking about being better. Because again, to a lot of brothers, it ain't cool. Oh man, y'all always doing this. It's more to talk about than football. It's more to talk about. We can have real world conversations, because next week we're going to get back into what we're supposed to. We're going to tell y'all something about money. Mark going to do his thing. I'm going to do my thing. And we're going to keep doing this. We're going to, as I forgot who said it. Oh, Judge Grant, y'all gonna learn today. We're gonna learn something up in him. We're gonna learn. We're gonna have fun, but we're gonna learn. That's why Mark said he like coming. We're gonna learn something. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna laugh and joke, but we're gonna have some fun. And like I said, I got his information. So for those of y'all who didn't get it, it's on here. But if you need a way to get in touch with him, hit me up. I'll give it to you again. If it's urgent, hit me up. And we may have to push the envelope a little bit further. But he got an event coming up on March the 7th. If you're here and you want to go, or if you just want to contribute to the cause. You got any parting words for me, Mr. Bowtie?
Yeah, so I want to talk directly to the individuals. If this message is for you, if you are a survivor of any type of sexual violence or any type of other trauma, I want you to understand that forgiveness is for you, not for them. Forgive yourself, not because you did anything wrong, but forgive yourself for all those years you carried that burden, that load, that stress, that anxiety, that unnecessary pressure, because you are human at the end of the day, and you deserve the right to live your life to the fullest. Our goal is not to be the best. No, it is to always to strive to be better, because as we work to be better, we will find our true horizon. I love you. Sending peace, light, and love. Make sure that you go to www.tillgala.com. Get your free ticket. Pull up on me March 7th at 7 p.m. 777 at Embrace Moments Event Space in Conyers, and we're going to have ourselves a wonderful time. I love you. If nobody's told you, you're amazing, you're special, you're beautiful, you're vibrant, you're intelligent, you're all the things plus some, and your life is only going to get better as you can pursue what is truly for you. Thanks, DV, for having me. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Mark. I appreciate y'all. Let's do it again. Sorry about the connection issues, my brother. But when you said, am I ready? You know I'm always going to hop on the call. It don't matter what time, what day, when, where, how, anywhere. I'm like Kim Possible. Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. Let's go, baby. Let's lock in. Till we change, nothing going to change. Let's get it, baby.
That's my guy. He is always energetic. So I appreciate you. Like I said, we're gonna do some more stuff, and I'm gonna hit you up so we can. I truly do want to be a part of this. Mark, what you got for me in closing? Because we got 4 good minutes left. What's up, brother Walker? What's up,
man? I don't want to get my closing notes out to him. I can't say all them words that fast and get everybody excited like that, man. That's screwed up. Hey, but I want to thank Jeremiah Bowtie. I want to thank him for coming in. Like I said, this show was very informational. I felt it. I told him before we logged on, man, I was looking forward to a great show. And he did it. He brought it. It was very informational. Hopefully, it'll touch some people, and the people that need him, they're there for you. Or if you don't want to reach out to him, I know either one of us guys on this show will be there for you in some shape, form, or fashion. If you're experiencing things and you need somebody to talk to, we here for you. But I appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing y'all in another 7 days and having another good show.
No. 6 days and 21 hours and like 2-3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be next Thursday. What you got for me, Mo?
Oh no, man. I want to thank
always on time.
He his agenda fits right into what we're trying to do. He's out here just helping people and trying to make I'll say the world. It might just be where he is, but you never know. Those people going to move. They're going to impact somebody else. So we're making the world a better place, just like we're trying to do. So hats off, good brother.
And y'all know it is, man. Like I say, I'm glad he showed up. We got some things. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's something y'all want to talk about, if it's something y'all want us to discuss, ask questions, feel free to inbox me. If you got my number, text me. I see y'all texting the inbox and y'all going crazy. I appreciate that. Let me know what you want us to have a show about. I will find somebody who's an expert on it, and we're gonna just sit here. Hey, I think we had the first 10 minutes. We let Jeremiah have the rest of it because this is what we don't know, and we're not scared to ask somebody. We're not scared to be ignorant and show it because we want to learn too. We don't know everything. But we want you to have a good time, and we want you to learn something. We want you to pick up something. And it's crazy because I actually had a couple people who told me they went back and watched other shows and they start picking up stuff. So, gentlemen, in 2026, the challenge is issued. Mo, they want to know more about stocks. They want to know more about this stuff. So, I'm trying to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more focused, but the show is still random thoughts because sometimes I got ADHD. But if something y'all want to know about, let us know. Mark has learned. Mark loves special projects because Mark like to be challenged. He didn't know that initially, but Mark like a challenge because Mark like learning. But just tell me what it is you want to know. I'll put it, man. We got a little group. I'll put it in there. Sharonda couldn't be with us today, but I got a show coming up with just for the ladies. And all we're gonna do is ask questions. Because I'm sorry, ladies, and I got Sharonda. I'm gonna try to find a couple other women. But when you ask me stuff about women, I just don't know. And since ain't none of us women, we can't give you good information. All I can do is get some women to come on and we can ask them the questions y'all sending me. And we can all learn together. But if it's something y'all want to know about, it don't matter what it is. It don't matter how stupid it sounds, how crazy it sounds. If it's something where we can learn and become better people, I'm going to do my best to get it in. Sometimes I like having an agenda. But, sometimes we just play it by ear and we give y'all however the show goes. That's how I go. So I appreciate everybody for taking time out their day and coming to Random Thoughts with DVP and my crazy friends. And I see now the only way to get Mark to act right is to make sure we got guests and he don't get to do a whole lot of craziness. So I see that's how we get Mark to act right. Cause he was already swinging at Mo earlier. Mo, get the man his book. Shoot me an address. I'm gonna get you the shirt. We're gonna make some things happen. But 2026, we're gonna have uncomfortable conversations. But Sam, I've been asking you to come to the show for the longest. Don't act. I need for y'all to come to the show so when the women got something, they can hear from somebody who look like them. There's some things that men and women just don't think alike. We don't see the same issues. So I don't want us to answer questions for women because we're going to answer them as men who, as far as I know, have never been women. So we can't answer with any kind of, damn. Y'all start a GoFundMe, get Mark some batteries.
Hey, man, that clock got me ready. I'm going to be early tomorrow.
But, hey, y'all know what it is, right? It's 8 o'clock, so let me get my last little twig. I done went back to blue. I just don't drink, but y'all know what it is. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.
Next week.